Today, I wanted to share my most memorable sale, which was my first listing as well. I started farming an area in a local Mission Viejo area, and there were pretty dominant farmers in that particular neighborhood. So I didn't think I would have a chance, but I just like to talk to people. And so I started walking around with the farm, finding out what the neighbors are looking for, if they have any interest in selling. Lucky for me, with my third walk on the neighborhood, one family came across, very friendly, very nice, and they said, "Hey, come on over. We are thinking of selling and moving out of state." So I was really excited, very thrilled. And we talked about it a little bit. And I said, well, let me ask you this. Are you planning, before you sell this property, are you planning to do any renovations? And they said, no, we do not want to spend any money. I said, you don't have to come up with any money. But what I can offer you is my brokerage provides a service which can upgrade your home, whatever minimum we need. Mind you, this owner had moved in this property in 1983 and had not done anything. So basically 25 years of living in the home, not even painting was done. So you can see how dated it was looking. And I'm like, okay, if you don't have to pay for it, would you be open to it? Which, when you do the upgrades, it'll come at the close of the escrow. You have to just pay whatever the upgrades have been done for. And they still said no. So I knew that there was a big challenge and why they were looking for a newer agent to list it. And I love challenges. So I said, okay, let's list it. And the next hurdle was the price. So I said, okay, with my market data and all the analysis I have done so far, we should list it at $679. And sure enough, for seller, this is their most prized possession. So I totally understand that. She says, no. We have to list it at $789. I'm like, okay. The data doesn't sustain that, but okay. Only condition I will list at $789 that in 2 weeks, after all my marketing and beautiful photography, if it doesn't have an offer, you have to sit down with me and discuss that we can reduce the price to $679. And they agreed. So I was very thrilled. This was my first listing. So I was very thrilled. I sent contracts to sign. They signed it. And then became the challenge of how to market this property to sell for the best value. I got the highest and best photographer in the market. And they did a very good job because I kind of brought my staging material, kind of cleaned it up a little bit in a way that photography shows well. I hit every broker preview in the area and nearby areas. I did my own research on where the buyer will be coming for this property. I use a separate data analysis, and sure enough, I knew there were 2 areas that was hitting where the buyers will be coming from, and where you get about 70 or 80% of the rating, that's where I was hitting. So there were 2 areas it was showing. One is LA County and one is Riverside County. In the niche area of LA County, it was coming from Torrance and Carson and all that city. So I bombarded my marketing in that area. Sure enough, there were a lot of response in the open houses and requests for showing, but no offers. So within 2 weeks, we sat down again and we reduced the price to $679. So as soon as we reduced the price, sure enough, I got 2 offers. One was a cash offer by an investor. Another one was a regular buyer who was going to finance it. Investors are good to have because they can close faster, but I wanted to give a new buyer also a chance. And I presented both the offers after cross-qualifying the loan offer with my lender to the seller. And we discussed it, and he also picked the one which was cross-qualified and more interested in the property than an investor would be. Sometimes there is a chance you're taking with the investors that they might not perform. Anyways, so as soon as the transaction started, I knew there was another challenge and hurdle. I had to convince the seller that there will be an inspection, and then inspection will find some inspectors always find something wrong. It's depend on how we negotiate with the buyer's agent side. So I had to convince the seller that there will be some repair we have to do because you have not done any upgrades since you have moved in. So luckily that hurdle was passed, and we could close the deal in 30 days. And the sellers were really, really thrilled with all the work I put in there. And I also wanted to help them with the moving because they were in the, over 60, 70 years of age. I said, whatever I can do to help you out, make this transition smooth for you because you're moving out of state, please let me know. So they said, okay, we need help with you negotiating with the movers and loading the trucks and all that stuff, or packing. So I kind of found a couple of them, movers for them, and also found helpers to help them move in a smooth manner. So everything went well, and they moved to South Carolina. And ever since, they have recommended me so many clients. So I appreciate that as well. And every time they put me forward with the local branding agents rather than they should hire me. So I appreciate them very much. And I just wanted to say how each and every transaction is special in its own way. So thank you so much for your time.